Hey guys, it's John. So nice to see you again. A few days ago, I posted my huge box of samples and a sort of embarrassingly large box of samples of houses that I wanted to get around to talking about and introducing everyone to. So, towards that end, what I'm going to do is just start digging in my heels and showing you guys stuff. So this first house, not really the first one, the first one since I showed you the box of samples, I guess, is a new house, relatively new. I think they were founded in the last few years, 2013 or 2014. I'm really excited to tell you about because I don't really, or I should say did not really consider myself an oil-based fragrance wearer. And I think this house might have started to change my mind about that. These are really just of exceptional quality, beautifully made. As you can tell, I think I showed you the bottles in the collection video, but just a lovely presentation too. This is from the house of Abdul Karim al-Faransi. This particular fragrance is called Mukhallat al-Farisi, which means Persian Mukhallat. I'll get into what Mukhallat means in the body of the video. But you have this presentation here. It's got the gold top. It has a sort of octagonal prism of a bottle, and it even comes with a little, yeah, there we go, Mukhallat al-Farisi name tag. I'll actually show you the juice in a bit too, because that's also very interesting. Mukhallat al-Farisi is a release from the house of Abdul Karim al-Faransi, Maison de Parfum. The owner, at least on his Facebook page, he has his first name is Anthony. I don't know if he goes by Anthony or Abdul, but he's French-born, and he specializes in Oriental-style perfumery, by which I guess he means Arabic-style perfumery. And he especially emphasizes or specializes in rare ouds, musks, and ambers. He is based in Birmingham, in England. They emphasize quality ingredients, artisanal craftsmanship, and make everything in small batches. Their attention to detail is very, very apparent in the way their oils smell. It is a shame that there's not really a bigger Middle Eastern population here in the United States. In certain cities there are, but broadly speaking, no. And because of that, we don't get to have stores like this, which is a real shame. If there were, we might be more accustomed to such luxurious Arabic-style perfume. I doubt that many Americans will have smelled much of anything like this before, unless they have been either to the Middle East or to a perfume shop that specializes specifically in Oriental or Arabic-style perfumery products. When I was looking at the site, I was interested in an oil that was a leather. I wanted to get my hands on a leather oil. So I was naturally drawn to Mukhallat al-Farisi. The Arabic word Mukhallat simply refers to or means a mixture. In this case, it's a mixture of oils that come together to form this particular perfume. The owner sent me a 1/4 tola, which is just under 3 grams, really, really close to 3 grams. And again, here's the bottle. Just for size reference, here is my mouse. So, and I also think 3 grams is approximately 3 mils. So, just so you can see. The tola is a unit of measurement that's still used in large parts of Asia, including countries like Bangladesh, Nepal, India, Pakistan, and Singapore. It's equivalent to about 11.7 grams. And I was sent 1/4 of a tola. So, what is it all about? I think wearing Mukhallat al-Farisi is kind of like a regal experience. It's but before I even talk about what it smells like, let me just show you what it looks like. This really sort of impressed me. It's got the viscosity or the consistency, I think I wrote, of cold maple syrup. It's very, very thick and viscous and slow to flow, I guess you could say. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm horrible at editing. I'm not going to try to, bend my camera this way and that, but can you see how thick it is? I mean, this stuff doesn't flow like an eau de parfum or an eau de toilette. It's very, very thick. Kind of like maple syrup. It's that thick. Cold maple syrup, no less. So, you can see it when you turn the bottle upside down. You can see the liquid sort of deciding whether it wants to follow suit or not. The presentation is also beautiful. Like I said, the bottle, the octagonal sort of cylinder, the top, and the name tag. Mukhallat al-Farisi translates to Persian Mukhallat and is really, really beautiful oil, I think. It has top notes of Persian saffron, wood smoke, middle notes of dried fruits and sweet wood, and base notes of Cambodian agar wood, which is known as oud, and Indian sandalwood. I would call it, if I had to classify it as a fragrance family, this is not a fragrance family, but I would call it a deep, robust, highly pungent leather. That's what it is to me. So, on to the most important question. What does it smell like? Well, to put it simply, if you are a lover of bold, unrepentantly bold, animalic, musky leathers, you just have to get your hands on this. It is going to be right up your alley. This is kind of the inside of a fine leather shoe or an expensive leather jacket to the 10th power. It's pungent, and it's not a wisp of leather like you get in so many fragrances. It is full-on leather, and it's great. The opening, however, kind of has a little bit of oud for me. It's a potent, dry leather, and you get the slightest touch of sweet saffron. Into the dry down, you begin to get a few hints of dry and sweet smoke, but I never get anything as sweet as dried fruit, which is in the notes breakdown. It's a very, very leather-based scent, and it's not sweet really at all. I also get a bit of sandalwood, more than a bit, in the dry down especially. And in one of the deepest parts of the base, the animalic sense of that Cambodian oud. Cambodian oud and Laotian oud have the reputations in the bigger family of oud for being the skankiest, the most animalic, the most, for some people at least, the most offensive kinds of oud that are out there. I happen to really like them. It really works in this oil, so I have no problems there. The price for this particular one, I think it's fair. some people might think it's a bit of an ask. For the sample, I think he sells samples that are 1/5 of a mil. So maybe a third of the size of a usual sample of an EDP or EDT that you would get your hands on. However, that's going to be enough for probably 1 or 2 applications. And this is really, really concentrated, potent, very, very potent stuff. It has lasting power. For me, hours and hours. I'm not used to oils lasting this long, but I was pleasantly surprised when this did. So, back to price. This is going to be about, remember the one I compared to the mouse, this one is going to be 50 English pounds, or approximately $70 US. Okay? Half a tola will run you 90 pounds. By the way, I have another fragrance, which I'm going to post a review of in just a moment. Half a tola is this size. So you can compare the two. It's just twice as big. And here's a mouse. Okay. Twice the size will run you 90 pounds or 126 US. And a full tola, I don't have a full tola, but you can imagine something twice this size will cost you 150 pounds or 210 US. However, if you want to try a sample, which I would recommend because this is not a perfume for the faint of heart, you can get yourself 1/5 of a mil, which, like I said, will get you through an application or two for $7.50, £7 and 50, whatever you call a British penny, which runs ends up being about 10 US dollars. This is from the higher end line. Not everything goes for prices like that, and I'll talk about that in a moment too. This, when you wear it, for me, it's really sort of luxury in a bottle. You feel like an emir would feel when you wear it. When I got my nose on it, I was really stunned at the quality, at the viscosity of it, the way it wore, the way it shines on your skin because it's so thick and so viscous and so wonderful to wear. I'm not keen on most oils or most oil-based fragrances, but this is a real exception. Having put it on your body, on your arms, on your neck, is you can tell it's really worth the price. First of all, it's going to last a long time. So when you consider the price per wearing, considering how much you need, which is not much, you're really not paying that much at all. So don't let a price throw you off into thinking that you're not getting what you're paying for, because I guarantee you that once you get your hands on a sample or a full bottle, that you'll find out you certainly are getting what you pay for. As far as price goes, there are other collections in the line, or I should say the house. There's one called Freestyle 3.0. It has collections for around $30. Again, they're all oils. Some of them cost $30 for an entire tola, which is twice the big one that I have. So I have not smelled those, but I'm very eager to, and I will tell you about them as soon as I can get my hands on some. There's also another line called the Affordable Din Al Oud, which sells comparable fragrances, but they're just more affordable. Din Al Oud is a Arabic term which stands for oud-based fragrances, and it means fat of the wood. So, fat of the wood referring to the oud essence. I really want to thank Mr. Faransi for the opportunity to let me review and sample his work. I'm so glad that people like him have decided to do what they love and dedicate themselves to the olfactory art. We really appreciate it. Everyone who gets to smell his work really appreciates it. His creations are really a gift to the world of fragrance lovers. And I really, really hope to talk more about him in the future. Right after this, I'm going to post a review of a very, very different scent, and we'll let you know how I feel about that. But after that, I have no more scents to talk about until I get to order some more. So I hope to do that very, very soon, and I'll let you guys know when they come and I get them. I will talk to you later. Bye.